This film has been created for educational purposes and is brought to you by Sensing Nature. We hope you enjoy it.
It's good to see you guys. How was your weekend?
It's pretty good. I went out of town and got some videos of a ton of bats. Would you like to see?
Sure.
Yeah, let's see it.
There's so many.
Yep, there are about 450,000 bats leaving their houses for their nightly activities, preying on insects, foraging as far as 25 to 30 miles.
What kind of bats are they?
A majority of these bats are Brazilian free-tailed bats. I was told that there were also some southeastern bats and evening bats also inhabiting the houses.
They all look really small.
That's because of the 13 species of bats living in Florida, all of them are insectivore microbats. You're more likely to see fruit-eating megabats on other continents like Australia, Asia, and Africa.
Oh, I see. Did you keep a good distance from them? It looks like you did.
I did. The last thing I wanted was to be caught in urine and guano. Fun fact, bat manure or guano is a great fertilizer.
Wow, I didn't know that. Also, it's good that you kept your distance. Bats carry the rabies virus, you know. You should always assume that a bat is sick, especially if you see it away from its colony.
Jai is right. Rabies occur in about 0.5% of bats in a population, but it's hard to know for sure if a bat is infected because they experience a non-aggressive form of the virus.
That's true. They try to protect the other bats from getting infected by separating from the group.
So what should I do if I see a lone bat out of its house and away from everyone else?
You should never touch a bat. Instead, you should try to get in contact with a professional who handles wildlife and rescues. Generally, people should avoid interacting with bats in any way besides observing from a distance.
Yeah, that's how white nose syndrome happened.
What's white nose syndrome?
It's a disease that affects hibernating bats. It's caused by a fungus, Pseudogymnoascus destructans, or PD for short. It looks like white fuzz on bats' faces, which is why it's called white nose syndrome. Biologists first discovered it in 2007 when they saw bats had the disease in caves near Albany, New York, but it may have been in the United States since 2006.
How did they know the fungus is not native to America?
Biologists noticed the presence of the fungus in bats in parts of Europe and Asia, but those bats weren't getting sick like the ones here in America. American bats with white nose syndrome may behave differently, like flying out in the cold in the middle of the day when they should be hibernating. Actually, the fungus also harms them by burning up the fat they need to survive during hibernation, so the disease is definitely an issue for these bats.
That doesn't sound good at all. Now, my question is, how did the fungus even get here?
The most likely explanation is that humans unknowingly carried spores with them on their clothes and belongings as they would enter American caves where bats lived.
What? So we're the reason that bats have white nose syndrome?
Yes, people can unknowingly carry diseases that infect bats, like the flu. People destroy bat habitats by cutting down trees and disrupting caves. This also causes the remaining habitats to be much more crowded, allowing diseases to infect even more bats.
That's terrible, but aren't bats dangerous?
Bats have a reputation of being dangerous, but that's largely a myth. They actually are very important for ecosystems, including how they eat enough mosquitoes to save an extraordinary amount on pesticides.
Wow, that's amazing. So it sounds like to save a bat population, you should leave bats alone and contact a professional if you ever see a bat by itself or with unusual behavior.
Exactly. Also, awareness is important as well. As more people realize that bats are important for the ecosystems, more people will work towards saving and preventing future bat habitats from being destroyed.
It looks like we're doing our part by having a conversation and educating each other.
Absolutely. The more you know about bats, the better you will be at protecting them. You can find books about bats at your local library, and the internet is a good resource too. Just make sure to use a trusted website. Look for sites with .edu or .org.
Well, I'm definitely getting a book on bats as soon as I get off this call.
Good idea, Jenny. Maybe I'll get one too.
You know what I want? Some of that tea. That looks really good.
I'm so glad we were able to have this conversation. I learned so much, but it looks like I have a lot more learning to do. Better get started.
That's the spirit. See you guys and good luck with your research.
Thanks. Make sure to share anything exciting. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to subscribe to our channel and connect with us further on www.sensingnature.com. Feel free to stay tuned for the credits.